Hey cool people, welcome to Item Hunt, a show where we hunt more items than there are typos in this script. I'm Nick, I'm a he/him, and today we're playing Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, and we're gonna hunt down every item, sticker, command, and chest in Ventus Story. Keep in mind, this is my second character playthrough, so if there's any trophies you encounter that I don't talk about, it's likely because it got covered in Terra's story, card in the corner. Speaking of which, like I said in that video, you need to beat each character's story as well as the final episode. But because we're doing everything required over these videos, we can pretty much do it on any difficulty except beginner. With that out of the way, strike the like button with your Keyblade and let's soar into this video. That's 2 jokes. So, if you've watched Terra's story first, or if you're from the future and watched Aqua's, you'll notice I didn't do the tutorial in their videos, and that's because any item gained in the tutorial counts as Ventus's Land of Departure items, so I'm putting it here instead. Also note, it won't appear in the reports. Now, I'm not going to go over what to do in the tutorial, because that's like the point of the tutorial, but we can get one item here, and it's the sliding dash chest that appears on the perch. We'll punch each other in the face after that, and then we'll select Ventus from the menu, and after the cutscene, it's time for the big old mark of mammograms or whatever, where we'll just smack these brilliant balls with Keyblade hits, commands, and shot locks. Once those shiny spheres are subdued, we'll secure an HP increase and the Fever Pitch command style. Then after like 20 flashbacks, we'll forge a Dimension Link or D-Link with Aqua, not like that, and a D-Link with Terra, and get Xehanort's letter. We'll then appear in the world map and unlock the Keyblade command board. Notice, Ventus only has one available world, so let's grab our pickaxe and mine our way over to... When we arrive in the Dwarf Woodlands, we'll spawn in the upper portion of Mountain Trail, and if we run right, we'll find a potion chest sitting at the end of this trail, and if we turn around and follow the trail back down, while hugging the right wall, we'll eventually find another potion chest next to 2 floods. A flood is the Shadow Heartless's MLM-loving cousin. If we continue along the right wall, we'll find an exit that's currently closed off, so we'll turn back around, and instead of going back up, we'll go under the rock bridge and follow the path to the mine entrance. Before we enter it though, we can see on the left that there's an ether chest. And once we have it, we'll head in. When we're in the mine entrance, we'll find this balloon sticker that we can jump up to, a save point, and a Moogle. When ready, we'll run past the Moogle and into the mine, where we'll have to find all 7 dwarves. Also, take this time to boost Aqua's D-Link, because her D-Link is super useful against the boss of this world, Groot. Then, okay, this is gonna sound weird, we'll go counterclockwise around this big center diamond-encrusted pillar. Does that make sense? If only we had some sort of map-like item that could help us navigate. Anyway, you'll know it's the right way because you'll come across 2 floods, and if you go the wrong way, you'll see a cart track and a dwarf riding around it. Don't worry, we'll come back for him later. On the correct path, we'll come up to the more open section with a ton of boxes and a panoramic chest on the left. There's actually 2 dwarves in the boxes near this chest. Sneezy is in one, and every time we hit his box, he'll sneeze 30 feet into the air. Been there, brother. And Grumpy will charge us when we hit his box, so let's attack Grumpy's box from a distance, eh? He's also the first dwarf I received, and for me, Sneezy leaped too far away, so I'll worry about him later. Let's continue counterclockwise into this hallway-ish area with 3 floods and a few boxes up ahead. In one of those sets of boxes, we'll find Sleepy, something I wish I was doing right now, and also a chest containing Payback Raid. There's another dwarf here too, it's Doc, and he'll run away from us when we strike him. Fun fact, if we can get him stuck in this corner, where these steps are, he'll be easy pickings. Now let's sprint over to the mine carts, where there's another box here that's gonna run away. It contains the dwarf, Happy. We can also jump onto the mine track and attack the cart as it comes by, to eventually reveal Bashful, which is all the dwarves, assuming you picked up Sneezy. I didn't, so I had to go back around and break his box in order to end the minigame. Once we spawn in the mine entrance, we'll leave out to the mountain trail, then head to the opposite end of the room to enter the cottage clearing, where we'll follow this small river to find a poison chest. Then use this tree stump to jump and attack to preemptively reach this ice cream sticker. Then just ahead, we'll see a big chest that contains the world map. Thank God. Now we'll run around to the northeast corner of the map. Dang old cardinal directions, man. We'll come up here and get a dang old north by northeast, man. Up against the fence, we'll find a fire chest. Now we'll go into the cottage, doing some light B&E, and steal the attack recipe from this chest. Now let's exit the house. And since we have both stickers, here's where they go. Now we'll run across the south bridge to enter the deep woods, and from the jump we can grab this ether chest on the west wall, and this potion chest that's slightly further south. Then we'll run to the south end of the room, where we'll find a shimmering crystal chest, and Snow White, I guess. Now, before we interact with Miss White, we have to make sure we have Minnie and Poison in our command deck. Because when we talk to her, it'll start a minigame where we have to bring her to the cottage. Hooray! Another escort quest. Why don't you escort these nuts? So basically for this, Minnie is invaluable. And we should always use the square prompt to protect Snow White from the evil Deku trees. Once we reach the northern area, we can make like a tree and leaf, and attain a HP increase for taking this terrified teenager to safety. Now we'll head back to the deep woods for the Treebeard boss fight. Flame Salvo and Strike Raid are particularly useful against this boss. Poison and Minnie are not. Also, we can use the Aqua D-Link if we're low on health, as using a D-Link will heal us, but also, her command menu comes with Cura. Once the Mad Treant's branches are clipped, we'll acquire a deck capacity increase, achieve the Firestorm command style, forge a D-Link with Snow White, and abscond with the Treasure Trove Keyblade. Let's re-land in the cottage clearing, because there's a chest we missed due to story stuff. We'll go into the deep woods, then to the south exit, where we'll enter the Flower Glade, and once there, we can grab this soothing crystal chest near the south exit. Alright, let's make like Paul Rudd and shrink ourselves into... When we eventually spawn in, we'll be in the mouse hole. Not like that, not like that. I didn't name the room. Leave me alone. Let's jump on this small cement base on the left, then jump onto a higher one on the right. On the second higher cement base, we'll find a potion chest. Now we can make our way up these ledges, onto the thread spools, and into the wall hole that leads to Cinderella's room, where we can grab the big chest in between the tiny desk and Jacques, and that chest holds the world map. Now we'll run east and jump onto this big yarn ball and roll it over to this thin dresser? I don't know, it's to the right of the folding screen, and on top of it is a candle and a magic recipe chest. Now we'll hop back onto the yarn ball and roll it over to the chair, bounce onto the chair, and then leap onto the tiny desk with the broken mirror. There's a fireworks sticker in front of said mirror. Now let's get rolling to the bed. We'll jump on it and then spring onto the nightstand, where there's a stun edge chest next to a candle. Now we can buy Cure from the shop, and trust me, we should. And also, let's place the fireworks sticker here. Now we'll pay the troll toll to get into the mouse hole, and we'll run our way down to the south exit on the west side, leading into the wardrobe room. Now we'll run east and bound onto the ball of yarn, then ride it over to the boxes in the southwest corner. Keep in mind, defeating enemies while on the ball does not give XP for some reason. Now we'll climb the boxes and get the fleeting crystal chest on top. Then I clear out basically the whole room, who could ever know why, and during that, we can grab the pink fabric near the east wall, and then knock open the blizzard chest in the northeast corner. Let's jump onto the boxes, then the desk that are also in the northeast corner. Then we'll use sliding dash to rocket over to the green counter where the white button resides. Then I drop down and run back for the yarn ball and, oh, missed a few. Never mind, skipping it. Then I use the yarn ball to roll over to the stacked boxes next to the boxes with books on top. It's near the green counter by the west wall, and on top of those books is the white sash. Now we can jump and attack twice, or sliding dash if it's easier, over to the west desk with the flowers on it to scoop up the balloon letter chest. Now we'll run over to the couch, grab the white lace, and then exit through the north mouse hole that's on the floor. North mouse hole. Mouse hole. Then we'll head to the west wall and spring up to the potion chest. Then we'll go to the east wall and use the fork to bounce us up to the rafters. Now we're going to head further east, up more rafters, and into this big open area, fighting optional. Now here's the tricky part. We're going to hop down to the lower area out the northeastern drop, where we'll find an ether chest by a fork. Okay, so we're going to try to jump and sliding dash over to the chest on the single rafter. Note that missing means we'll have to run all the way back around through the wardrobe room. So stand about even with the fork, take a step or two west, then jump, cast sliding dash, and we'll come to rest right on the rafter to receive the thunderstorm shot lock. Then we'll take a respite for sliding dash to recharge, then rocket right to the fork and recoil on it to rise up to the bare area from before. Okay, alliteration done. Let's continue west to this more vertical area from earlier. We'll wait for sliding dash again, then shoot over to this pack of matches. Then we'll combo said pack of matches so it juts out on the other side. Now, jump onto the west platform, then run into the southern section of the mouse hole. We'll hop onto the box of matches we whacked earlier, then over to this web with sponges on it. We'll then combo the web twice to knock down both sponges, or maybe it's cheese. Who cares? Now, scamper to the west plank of wood, and if we look east, we'll see a sticker hanging just under the lower ceiling. Then, we'll jump down and cast sliding dash. Okay, let's try again. And, okay. While we're down here, let's grab this chest on the south cement block containing a pulsing crystal. Then we'll try it again. We'll use this fork to hop back up to the planks, drop, sliding dash, boom, Louis sticker. Now if we run out of the hole in the green barrel, it'll lead to the green countertop, which we already got stuff from. So real fast, let's put the Louis sticker where it goes. And now we'll head back into the mouse hole, bounce back up with the fork and, wait, I think I missed the chest. Drop back down. Yep. Hidden behind the vertical fork plank is a hungry crystal chest. Okay, back to the fork. We'll use it to bounce up and run northward across the planks. Then eastward to that open area from before. It's kind of in the center of the map there. Then we'll drop down the east-north opening, head out through the west hole, which leads back into the wardrobe room. It will appear in the most upper portion. Run west over the ruler and jump over to the pink ribbon, but don't grab it yet. No. First, we'll hop on the vermilion box, then onto the orange book, so we can grab the zero gravity chest up here. Now we'll go back to the pink thread and grab it. That will trigger a cutscene, which will respawn us in Cinderella's room. Let's run back into the mouse hole and then down to the wardrobe room, where we'll fight Sylvester from Looney Tunes. It's a real Space Jam moment. This is mostly just a really long boss fight. Fire, Blizzard, Strike Rate, and Flame Salvo are super useful to whittle away Rum Tum Tugger's health. And eventually, Garfield here will try to belly flop on us for some lasagna. So we'll respond by dodging that, hitting him, and pressing square. Then we gotta press the prompts on screen as they appear until Meow, that's right, is stunned. Note, my prompts may be different than yours. Then we can use Bronco Strike for some extra damage, and just repeat these tips as needed. Once we tab beat Lucifer, we'll captain the Diamond Dust command style. Purge a D-Link with Cinderella. Be percented with the Stroke of Midnight Keyblade. Then we'll procure the Castle of Dreams board, aka the Royal board. Okay, all done, I get it, y'all. Too many faux pas. Let's just keep going. When we land, we'll see a premonition of Ventus's future. Spoiler alert, but we'll ignore that for now and run into the fireplace, entering the tower room, where we can grab this chest containing sleep. Yeah, okay, you game devs are just so clever. Let's go back to Aurora's chamber and then out into the hallway. Now we'll run to the right and grab the chest at the other end of the hallway by the bench. This chest is holding a high potion, and while facing said chest, we'll go right, then make a sharp left down the narrow hallway. This will lead us into an open area with floods and a bruiser. Feel free to fight them, but when we're ready, we'll head further down the hall, down more stairs, and into the antechamber, in which we'll see a sticker way up that we just can't quite reach yet. Let's instead go around to the other side of the throne, where we'll find a thunder chest. Then, if we head to the opposite side of the room, in the roofed alcove, we'll find, oh, prize pods. Nice. But more importantly for our purposes, in the other alcove is a high potion chest. Now we'll exit through the big brown door and enter the bridge, which is just a long, narrow room with no items. Fight in here if you like, and if you get confused, like I tend to be, we're going away from the castle. Once we enter the forest clearing, we'll find a map chest on the upper ledge to our right, and a save point. Nothing else though. Let's move on to the water side, where there's a bunch of unversed to fight in this big open area. But once we get to the more vertical ledge-filled portion, we can find this potion chest to the west. Then we'll continue north to the Green Flames, and when we get there, Ventus and his LARP group will do some role-playing, getting us into the Forbidden Mountain. Here we can find an ether chest on the cliff edge to our left. Then we'll bolt up the slope to Maleficent's castle and enter into the gates. What a room name. Now, do be wary of Maleficent's goons, as they can hit really hard, especially on critical mode. We should be sure to have AoE moves like Sleep, Mini, Thunder, and Zero Gravity in our command deck, as well as Cure. Now then, the first section of the gates is the south side. Insert your sports team here. On the west side of the south side is a broken staircase that we can jump onto. And as we run up those steps onto the subsequent platform, we can bag the absolute zero shot lock from the chest. Then we'll hop down and head into the north area, i.e. the second section of the gates, where, at the very northeast corner, we can find a cure chest. Now, be ready. When we go through the east exit, we'll enter Maleficent's throne and start a battle royale with her goons. It's worth it to put those cures on and those AoE attacks mentioned earlier. Best advice I can give, we should heal behind pillars so that the archer goons don't get us with their 360 no-scope. We'll also use our AoE commands frequently. And also there's a high potion chest south of the east exit. Note that there's no map during the fight, but you'll have a chance to get it after. For our victory, we'll receive a whole lot of nothing. And we'll continue on to the hall. Now the hall is set up like a little maze, so I'll do my best to explain where we need to go. So in the beginning section, section 1, all we'll find is some goons and a blue flamed teleporter. When we take it, we'll appear in section 2, which has more goons, shocking I know, and the orange flame teleporter. When we take the orange flame teleporter, we'll appear in section 3, which has no new teleporter, but instead a doorway that leads us to the Canada portion of the dungeon. That's north. So let's run south, then west, then south again, jump this gap, and we'll collect the fleeting crystal chest. Now let's run back into the hall from the upper west exit. In what I'm calling section 4 of the hall, we'll first run up the stairs and then find a high potion chest. Then we can follow the long path to the green flame teleporter, taking it to section 5, where there's a hungry crystal chest sitting by itself, and a wellspring crystal chest up against the west wall. Now let's head back through the green teleporter and back into the dungeon. And when we come back in, we're gonna cheese the game. So, let's beat the enemies on the upper west portion, hop down to the lower portion, and beat the enemies here. Equip Sliding Dash if it isn't already. Then we're gonna use Sliding Dash to shoot up to the upper north portion, and then beat those enemies too. Why do we do all this? Because once all the enemies are beaten, we can Sliding Dash from the upper north portion to the southeastern platform to grab this Tornado Strike chest early. Now let's drop down and head back into the hall via the south exit, and into what I'll call section 6. And it leads to a changing teleporter, a yellow, then purple flamed one. And depending on what flame color it is when we activate it, will determine where we spawn at. The purple flame will lead us to section 7, which has a magnet chest and a confetti sticker. Here's where the sticker goes in the album. Then if we go back to section 6 and enter the yellow flame, we'll appear in section 8, and the only thing in here is a red flame teleporter, and also goons. But that teleporter leads us directly to section 9, where Aurora's heart is stashed. After some more LARPing, we'll appear back in section 1, and we can just exit to Maleficent's throne, where the boss fight will commence. Note that our AoE commands aren't as useful against her, so switching to some targeted attacks like Strike Raid, Sliding Dash, Stun Edge, etc. beforehand will be a lot more useful, as is reversing her sleep spell with the help of the fairies. Otherwise, hide behind the pillars when she uses her lightning, and we'll easily eclipse this evil enchantress, and enrich ourselves with the HP increase, earn the Thunderbolt command style, and be entrusted with the Fairy Star's Keyblade. Now, before we move on, we'll re-enter Enchanted Dominion, specifically in the forest clearing, and make our way back to the gates in Maleficent's castle. where we'll see some rubble has been crushed via Aqua during her story, card above when that video is done. But we can use that rubble to grab some chests we couldn't reach before. The first 2 chests are in the southern section of the gates, on the 2nd floor in the northeast. I hope that makes sense. Up here, we'll find a Wellspring Crystal chest and a Balloon Ladder chest. Then we can run westward and into the northern section of the gates, where, on the northwest side of the lower section, we can find more rubble to bound onto in order to get to the section's 2nd floor, where we'll find a Soothing Crystal chest in the southwest corner. Which completes our time here in Enchanted Dominion. Now, 2 things. There's a sticker we missed because we just can't quite reach it yet, you remember. But we can once we have High Jump and Super Glide, which we're actually going to get early by using some exquisite cheese in Disneytown. If we come back here after Disneytown, we'll land in Aurora's chamber, go into the hallway, then the audience chamber, jump and Super Glide from the top of the stairs right into the Dewey sticker. And we can place it here. Here. Goes here. Okay, let's go back to Aurora's chamber so we can fix up our deck in order to fight. Now, there's no items in the Badlands currently, but there is a pretty decently hard fight against Vanitas. So, before we leave the Enchanted Dominion, or if you're in space, land in Aurora's chamber, because we're going to set up our deck for the fight. First, let's buy a sleep command from the Moogle, and then we can set up our deck like this. Now we'll head to the Badlands, and after the cutscene, Phase 1 will begin. Don't do anything. Just let Vanitas rock in our noggin, so that we'll be pushed to the 2nd phase, where Mickey will come to our aid. This is going to be a bit of a long and grueling fight against the Masked Menace, but what we're trying to do is knock Vanitas to sleep as frequently as possible. Let Mickey do some damage, and then we'll come in with a big attack before he wakes up. Otherwise, we need to stay on the move and stay dodge rolling. Do not get greedy with this fight. Keep to the hit and run tactics, and putting him to sleep so that... Oh. Okay. Yeah, keep to the hit and run tactics while dodge rolling for invincibility frames in order to achieve victory. When we defeat our Dark Double, we'll discover an HP increase and a deck capacity increase, derive High Jump, forge a D-Link with Mickey, and be endowed the Encounter's Trophy. Okay, now it's time to radiant our gardens in... We'll first appear in Central Square, even though it's more of a hexagon, but sure, and we'll take the path on our forward left. After we go up the slope, we'll turn directly left and see, up against the cobblestone house foundation, is a potion chest. Then, if we run clockwise around the room, past the white gate and the small bridge, we'll find another chest up against an orange house, containing an ether. Now, I took the long way around, but there's an exit to the right of the first chest that leads to the gardens. Now, be careful. This is a difficult room because of all the mandrakes bulbasauring us. So, it might be beneficial to just run for the chest and ignore the inversed, or, alternatively, not do that at all, because we can level up our Mickey D-Link, and once it's fully upgraded, we get double EXP when we use it. Something to think about. The first chest we can find is left of the small circular tree section, and it has a high potion inside. Once we get to the other end of this pathway, we can eat shit and die. If you die too, remember, you gotta re-grab the high potion chest and any other chest you might have collected in this room. So, okay, once we're on the opposite side of the entrance, just past the 3 mandrakes, we'll find a big set of stairs on the right. We'll run up to the top, make a hard left, and run along the grass path to reach a Wellspring Crystal chest. And then we'll run back to the other end of the grass path, turn left again, and take the 2nd set of stairs up to a big metal door, where we'll find an ice cream sticker floating in the corner. Let's head back down the stairs and go right, then run all the way down to the next set of Angry Flower inversed by a 3rd set of stairs. If we fly by the Furious Flora, we'll find a fountain and... it. I ran out of F-words. Behind the fountain to the left is a chest containing a Binding Strike. Then we can go back and take the 3rd stairs up. Go left at the top, where we'll find a slow chest up against the far wall. Now, if we head right from there, around the tree with the pink flowers, we'll come up to the path again, where 2 more bitter blossoms spawn, and the gate to the next room is on our left. So, when we're ready, we can head through the gate, which will lead us to the front doors. or we can grab a high potion chest on the right. Also, now that we have a second, here's where the sticker from before goes. Ooh, fireworks, nice. Now let's head up the stairs, which will start a cutscene, and put us back at the bottom of the stairs. What? We're not going to take no for an answer. Let's head back up those stairs to get the freeze ray chest on the left wall. Then run to the back wall, jump, and attack to grab the fireworks sticker. Here's where it goes. Then and only then will we head back to the gardens, out to Central Square, where we'll get Disneytown passes from David Tennant's Ducksona. Then we'll run straight ahead into Castletown, and we'll immediately run rightwards to grab the world map. Then enter Merlin's house. Then we'll examine the book and unlock the 100-acre wood board, aka the honey pot board. Then, if we turn around, we'll find a block recipe chest by the exit. Then leave. And now, we'll head to the north exit of Castletown to enter the Fountain Court. And we can run to the center area, then the west side of it, where there's a fountain geyser that'll shoot us up to the second floor. Then another geyser to the third floor, and then another geyser after that, which will float us up to the fourth and highest floor. Then we'll use sliding dash to over to the east platform. Then we can head further east, then jump to the slightly lower but furthest east platform, where there's a chest on the east wall, containing Counter Rush. Then we'll leap off the southwest corner, and sliding dash again to get the Huey sticker. Then we'll dash our way to the third floor, if we can. Regardless, we're going to make our way back up to the west fourth floor platform, then continue westward onto the westest platform, then to the platform south of that. Real quick, let's put the Huey sticker here. Then we'll continue through the exit and into the Aqueduct, where, after the slope, beyond the yellow floor pipe, we can find a Panacea chest along the yellow fence. Then we'll go up to the metal slope, make a right, and get the Fire chest seated by the orange gate. Then we'll go way south, like way south. And after a few mandrakes, we'll find a little alcove on the left, where two blue balls appear. I mean blue sea salts. There's a high potion chest and a little alcove on the east wall. Then I set up my deck like this. And enter into the reactor for the Trinity armor fight. This boss is easily beaten with the flame salvo spam. And for triumphing against the 3-piece threat, we'll take an HP increase and the Cyclone Command Style. Then we'll spawn in the Quack Duck again, and we can sprint to the Fountain Court, through Castletown, into Central Square, where we'll get a cutscene and our first forced fight. Wow, it was like every world for Terra. So, having AoE commands is useful. And hey, we do actually get a reward for victory, Reversal, the worst command ever. Then, when we spawn back in, we'll head to the south exit and run into Entryway, and continue on to the Outer Gardens. And after the cutscene, we can grab the chests in here. We'll get the one on the northeast corner of this like diamond square area. It contains a soothing crystal. Then, the southwest corner has a pulsing crystal chest. Now we can head back to the entryway and into the central square, where a bunch of cutscenes will play, before giving us the Frolic Flame Keyblade, which completes the story here. Anyway, let's go get goofy in...
Wake me up inside. I can't wake up, wake me up inside.
Ah, Disneytown. The worst place on Earth. Space. Whatever. Let's grab the chest on our back left. It holds a potion. Then if we turn this way, we can find a map chest sitting on the other side of the street. Now let's run to the north side of the main plaza and combo this mailbox for some confetti. Then we'll head into the manhole on the east side of the room and drop into the sewer. Hey, this is Future Nick. Be sure to go to the Fruit Ball Court and either buy a sliding dash or a fire dash before dropping down into the sewers. Great. Okay, going back to the present now. Bye! Sewers, aka the Gizmo Gallery.
Is that what they call it?
Once there, we'll fight our way to the west side of the room, where we can find a Thunder Chest. Then we'll go south and we can find our first mimic chest. Jeez, how different Ventus's experience is, oh my god. By the way, it's worth defeating once for the reports, but otherwise, we're going to continue down to the southwest corner of the room, by the dang old meter, where we'll find another thunder chest on the left of it. Let's real quick equip those 2 thunders, then use them to turn into thunderstorm command style to stimulate this meter.
There's all kinds of music.
Once everything's awake, we'll head to the east wall and hop on the vertical Mickey piston. And at the top, we'll jump north onto the brick platform that's home to a mega potion chest. Then we'll hop back on the piston and use it to get onto these spinning gears. Then, when the big glove comes over, we'll jump onto it and ride it to the biggest gear. Then, we'll take the 4 hands to the north, jump onto... Let me try something. We'll take the 4 hands to the north, jump onto the first hand, then the second, the third, and the fourth. Then we'll sliding dash to the upper north platform. Then we'll get the 2 chests, the Mega Potion on the west and the Chaos Crystal on the north. Then we'll jump onto the slightly higher section by the Mega Potion chest. Then we can leap southward and grab the Mickey sticker out of the air. Then we'll get back to the vertical piston, back onto the gears, jump onto the glove, then no, let's get on the big gear instead. Woo! Then we'll bounce over to the south glove. Then we'll hop on the golden rolling pin, and we'll hop onto the other one. Don't get pushed off. And then we'll jump onto the south platform, where there's a chest on it containing a Mega Ether. Let's continue on into Pete's Rec Room, where there's no items until we're turned into a pinball. So, once we're in the pinball area, we'll go up the teal stairs on our right and get boxing gloved up. So what we're trying to do is hit all 4 green crown knobs. We'll get the lowest one for... Okay. Well, we got the second. Wow. This is... Holy... okay, first... Wow. Alright, that's the third, which knocked us up to the Captain Justice mural, where we can dash onto the 4th knob. Now, we're going to try and land on the right red platform, where we'll find the mini sticker and the aerial slam chest on the north wall. Now let's fall back down to where the 3rd green knob is. And we can get the 2 chests in the south alcove, a Pants and Kia, and the action recipe. Now that we've hit all 4 knobs, we've unlocked the middle section that the 3 knobs are circling. We'll drop in to scoop up the break time chest. Fun fact, there's a trophy for performing it. I don't care what it's called. Then we'll work our way up to the exit hole. I have said hole way too many times in this video. Anyway, we can find a Wellspring Crystal chest on the south wall before we leave the room. Also, since we're safe, we'll place the Mickey and Minnie sticker. And hey, collision magnet, cool. Let's head on to the raceway. So, as you can see, we're way up in this upper section, and we'll immediately turn left and grab the slot edge chest. Also, if we defeat the blue sea salts, we'll find Ventus's prize box. Now that's something, I tell you what. But more importantly, we'll use sliding dash and... Oh, I should have bought a fire dash. BRB, gotta make a time paradox. And I'm back. Okay, so we have a fire dash, which we always had. Stand on these boxes, then jump, fire dash, and immediately sliding dash to reach the far upper portion. And by doing that, we'll get the super glide chest early, like before we even have a regular glide. Now we can super glide to the chip sticker in the northeast corner of the room. And then we'll place it. And get the chest in the raceway. Firstly, reversal slash is just under the chip sticker. Then we'll head west and drop off this 3rd floor onto the 2nd floor, where we can find a shimmering crystal along a brown wall. Then we'll run across the bridge, down the stairs, under the bridge, and to a chest on the left containing stop. Now let's head into the Fruitball Plaza and back into Central Plaza and run to the stage on the east wall, where we can do the ice cream beat minigame in order to beat the story for Ventus. actually, that's not wrong. So basically, we can get higher scores by getting combos. It seems to be more important to maintain the combo than to get like excellence over goods. At least I read that on game FAQs at one point. Otherwise, there's really not a lot I can do to help. Rhythm games are just rough sometimes. Although what does help me is knowing what score I need. And for It's a Small World beginner, we only need 1,300 points to get a fantastic. And so when we do that, we'll unlock Master Mode, but we'll worry about that in the minigame video. When we're done with the minigame, we'll get the A Moment of Rest trophy, and we'll unlock the Disney Town Command Board, aka the Toon Board. Also, don't forget we can go back and get that Enchanted Dominion sticker we missed. Anyhow, let's go get buff at... Ah, here's the immediate force fight. I knew Squeenix just couldn't resist. Obvi, we just beat all the unversed, but it should be pretty easy since we have Skinny Herc, Skirk, and Alpha Test Cloud as teammates. But of course we don't get anything for winning. Hey, while we're standing here, if you happen to have 2 Blizzaras, we can turn it into Blizzaga with Second Chance by melding them together with a Pulsing Crystal. Anyway, let's leave the town near Thebes and sprint into the Coliseum gates. Once there, we can turn to our back left and high jump and super glide over to this confetti sticker, and also grab the Mega Potion chest just below it. Then we'll run over to the statue on the same side in this little alcove by the Golden Grippers, where we'll find a Cura chest. Then, by the opposite statue's dazzling dogs, we'll find a Fire Strike chest. Now let's head into the vestibule and grab the world map chest, and also, here's where the sticker goes. Now, let's talk to Skirkules to start the Break the Urn minigame. Now, the goal here is to break the urns. Specifically, breaking more than Skirk does. And some helpful tips I can give is using the barrels to roll around at the speed of sound, because it one-shots the urns. Yes, even the big ones, and the big ones give more points, so focus them, obviously. Also, we can use the explosive barrels to briefly stun Yerk. For whooping that would-be hero, we'll walk away with a HP increase.
Let's do it again!
Once we beat Yerk a second time, we'll receive a deck capacity increase, then we'll go to the Coliseum gates, then into town near Thebes for the finale of this world, the 1,000 Hat Guy Challenge. Absolute zero shot lock spam is pretty useful, as well as big AoE attacks, works really well, pressing the block button, or casting Thunder, Aurora, and Magnet or Magnera. If you're getting pummeled by their stupid MGTOW rhetoric, run to an empty section of the area to heal. Unfortunately, we can't use a D-Link for this quick heal, not while Blurkules is on our team. For finally blocking their accounts, we'll be rewarded with Air Slide, forge a D-Link with the black-haired Cloud, and obtain the Mark of Hero Keyblade. Now let's go on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. Oh yeah, another force fight against, what Pokemon is that? Metamorphosis, a water-type Pokemon in the shape of a jellyfish. It has long black tentacles and eats batteries. Neat. We just need to X-spam and dodge when it charges. We're only going to be able to do a little bit of damage before the fight abruptly ends, netting us the Wingblade command style. Then we'll spawn in the ship corridor, where there's a chest on our left and right, containing a high potion and pulsing crystal respectively. Let's flip around and enter the Durgeon Transporter, where we can find an abounding crystal chest in the lower section of the room. Then we'll head back into the ship corridor, then run out into the narrow hallway, make a left, and boom! Another forced fight. We'll wall up the inversed, and then the door ahead will open, leading us to a blue tone section with 2 more chests, a Mega Ether on the left, and a high potion on the right. Then in the next red section, the door shuts, and we'll have another group of unversed to beat. Now, when we beat this group of unversed, the ship corridor will return to normal, and the only place to go now is the circular door to the left, leading us to the control room where we'll scoop up the world map. I also merged 2 Fire Arrows with a Wellspring Crystal to make a Fire Raga with once more. And 2 arrows with a Pulsing Crystal to make Aurora with a Leaf Bracer. Very useful stuff. Now we can save, and then continue on out the east door and into the ship hub. First we'll drop down from this platform, to the bottom floor to find a 0 Graveyard chest, seated near the south curve. Then we'll go to the console and turn off gravity, and we'll use this low gravity to jump back up to the second floor, then fight some unverse if we want, and run around to the other side of this crescent platform, where we can jump up to the third, comparatively small, platform with a fun Dara chest on it. Now we'll leap up again, and we can actually bypass the 4th platform and reach the 5th platform, where we can see another gravity console. From there, we'll jump to the 6th platform on the west curve, then we'll bound up and super glide to grab this UFO sticker at the top of the room. Then we'll drop back down to the higher gravity console, turn the gravity back on, and then super glide over to the chest on the east platform. When it lands, we can snatch up the pulse bomb shot lock. Now let's turn the gravity back on, jump to the 6th platform, then to the top of the room again, and super glide to the big door leading us to the launch deck. Now personally, fuck these guns. But also, let's smack open the Mega Attack Recipe chest on the south side of this upper portion. Then let's jump and super glide to the west upper portion, where we can open this big chest containing Xehanort's Report 1. Yeah, sure, why not? Now let's drop down to the lower floor. Again, these guns. And now, let's beat up the blob mob in the center of the room. This is the only place it spawns, and if you're going for 100%, you will need it for the reports. Once defeated, we'll bonk open the fleeting crystal chest on the north wall near the console, then whack open the fire surge chest on the southern part of the east wall. Now let's jump up the purple boxes and enter into the Machinery Bay access, where we'll find a Mega Potion chest and a save point. Then when we're ready, we'll head through the north door into the Machinery Bay to fight that big bitch from the beginning of the world. But this time, we do it with style. We'll pick up an HP increase for our victory, forge a D-Link with Experiment 626, secure the Hyperdrive Keyblade, and lastly, unlock the Deep Space Command Board, aka Spaceship Board. Now real quick, we're going to re-land in deep space, Machinery Bay access, and oh yeah, here's where the UFO sticker goes. Now let's head back into Machinery Bay where we fought the boss, and grab the chest near the big beam of light on the second floor. It's home to a mine shield, and on the second floor, on the north portion, we'll find a Chaos Crystal chest. Then we'll go back out to Machinery Bay access, out to the launch deck, and turn the gravity back off. There's a sticker in here we can jump up to. It's an ice cream sticker. Then we'll go out to the ship exterior where we can defeat a Glide Winder, and get that for our reports. Then we'll head back into the launch deck, back into the Machinery Bay access. By the way, here's where the ice cream sticker goes. Now let's get ready to feel young again in
Take my hand, you're off to Neverland.
When we spawn in at the seacoast, we'll turn around and follow the pathway, then take the fork left. The fork is the big pink rock, where we'll find a Pancreatitis chest, sitting all by its lonesome. Then we can go to the other side of the fork and enter the Rainbow Falls base, where we'll find a stream and a big rock platform jutting out of it. Let's jump onto that and run to its edge, then jump and super glide to grab the rainbow sticker. Then after we drop down and beat the group of Unversed, we can grasp this Mega Elixir chest that's just behind them. And yes, I know I got this out of order, so don't bother pointing that out. Now we'll head back out to the seacoast and then run to the far end of it, all the way down to the 2 palm trees. But first, hang a left, and we'll snatch the High Potion chest against the wall. Then we go through the 2 trees, leading us into Mermaid Lagoon. Now, we'll jump up and super glide to the far pink rock. Here, there's a chest home to an elixir. Then we'll jump and super glide to our left and into a little alcove where an Aurora chest resides. Then we'll super glide back out and snatch the... Snatch the Dale sticker. Then we'll super glide over to the center pink rocks and use them to hop over to the strip of land to our left, where a bunch of Unversed will spawn. Beat them. Or don't. When ready, we'll run to the narrow point by the 2 small rocks. If you're not sure where it is, you'll find it opposite the direction of the water. and that'll lead us into jungle clearing. Sorry I can't be more clear. If only we had some sort of, I don't know, piece of paper with some kind of layout of the world on it. Ah well. Once in the jungle clearing, we'll flip around and grab the balloon letter chest sitting by itself. Then we'll run up to the tree, find the side with the hole in it, and enter that hole, which leads us to Peter's hideout. To the left of the Moogle, we can find a small alcove with 2 chests containing a Mega Ether and Fleeting Crystal. And while we have a moment, let's place the 2 stickers we got. Nope. 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 There we go. And now for the chip sticker. Hey, look at that, the Salvation command. Nice. Now we'll head back into the jungle clearing and run straight ahead into the gully. On a little island on our forward left is an abounding crystal chest. And over by the save point is, hey, the map. Great. Very useful now that we've explored everything. Now we'll take the west exit, leading us to a pretty easy unversed fight, but keep in mind when mandrakes show up, always run over to them so that they come out of the ground and stop throwing leaves at us. Also, this seems like an opportune time to remind everyone that caricatures of Indigenous or First Nation peoples is fucked up. And this area gives me the ick, so I'll be linking an article from Pure WoW in the description that has 6 Native American and Indigenous charities to donate to. Anyway, when the fight is over, we'll get nothing. And we are gonna like it! Then we'll respawn in the gully and take the north exit to the jungle clearing. Then, the jungle clearing's north exit, back into Mermaid Lagoon, and after the cutscene, we'll get Glide, which is a super useful ability that we'll definitely use and don't already have the best version of. No sir, not us. Once we spawn into Mermaid Lagoon, we gotta stay on the move, because Captain Hook is blasting us with cannons now. So, we'll super glide to the northeast platform, and then take the northeast exit into Cliff Path. Once in Cliff Path, there's 2 paths. An up west, and a down east. So, we'll beat up the mustard fellers, and then take the down east path to a big rock, where some hat jellies spawn. And we'll find a chest on the wall behind the rock containing a high potion. Then we'll go back and take the west path that leads up to a bigger rock that we'll need to break, and we'll run into a big open area. On the west wall, we'll find another big rock sticking out, and we can break it to discover a chest that's home to a treasure raid. Also, the big chest is a mimic. Now we'll jump onto the east sloped rock, and then super glide to the southern eastern rock, okay, where we'll find a Fire Aga chest. Then we can super glide back into the Mermaid Lagoon. Now, on this upper portion, we'll find a bruiser and some prize pods. These guys again. Okay, let's just grab the blitz chest and go back through the wall hole. Back in the cliff path, we'll take its north exit into the cove. Once there, we can pop open the ether chest behind the save point, then get ready. Once we step out towards the water, we're going to be thrown into a boss fight with Captain Hook himself. I recommend using projectile shotlock like Flame Salvo for this fight. As you can see, I'm using Meteor Shower, also from a command board, which, again, I'll explain how to get in the minigame video, and I already linked it, so. Also, be sure to have single attack commands like Strike Rate and Salvation, and Mind Shield would be useful too. When we overpower the Perilous Pirate, it'll produce a D-Link with Peter Pan, procure the Pixie Petal Keyblade, and I don't know any more P-words, unlock the Neverland command board, aka Skull Board. Now, story-wise, before we can come back for the missing chest, we'll be thrown into the Mysterious Tower, so if you want to follow along with the story, hop to the next section and then come back. For the rest of us, let's drop in and scoop up what we missed. First, we'll land in the gully, then take the west exit, and use this drum to shoot up and combo the very top of the pole, which will net us the Thundaga command. Then we'll go back to the gully, leave, and re-land in the cove, where, on the north side of the room, you'll find 2 chests, a Mega Elixir and a Mega Potion. And that's it. Now let's go get mysterious.
Real boy ring magic. What a big old hat. Loving and something and dancing and stuff. Real boy ring.
This is going to be by far the shortest world because everything we need is right out here. Well, almost. Let's head right for the Chaos Crystal chest, then go to the exact opposite side of the room for a Wellspring Crystal chest. Then if we run to the side of the grassy area that's opposite of the tower, we'll find a floating ice cream sticker on our left between 2 big bushes, and then a Magnega chest. Also, here's where that sticker goes. Now let's head inside the tower and get the big chest seated under the stairs. It contains Mega Magic Recipe. And then we can hustle up the stairs, get some cutscenes, forge a D-Link with Donald and Goofy, and when we're done, we'll also get the A Friend in Need trophy. Now real fast, we'll stop off at the Badlands for story purposes, then land a departure after that, where After the cutscenes, we'll get the Lost Memory Keyblade and Xehanort's Report 9. We'll spawn back in at Destiny Islands,